Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, there's probably no other issue that I get more phone calls and emails about except for property tax relief. It's something that I hear about every single day. When I ran for office, other than the border, property tax relief is the promise that I made to my constituents. And I'm just disappointed in the amount of property tax relief that we're going to be giving to our citizens of this great state. And I have a very simple amendment that increases the personal homestead exemption from $140,000 to $160,000. I move adoption.
Mr. Bryant, for what purpose?
Will the gentleman yield for question?
Will the gentleman yield for questions?
I do.
The gentleman yields.
Mr. Olcott, Mr. Meyer offered an amendment earlier to make sure our school districts were protected from the $140,000 exemption. And in my case, if he hadn't offered that amendment, it would have cost my district $68 million a year. Does Mr. Meyer's amendment also pay for the extra $20,000 exemption that you're adding? Or is it going to come out of the height of our school districts?
I'm not advised. It will.
Well, without that answer, how?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
And where did you get that answer? I want to be sure the answer is authoritative and accurate. It's critical to every one of our districts.
All his amendment did, from what I understand, is change the date.
Excuse me?
From what I understand, all his amendment did was to change the date.
Well, I think we're going to have to ask him about that. I would hope members would withhold judgment on your amendment until we find out if it's going to be paid for or if it's going to come out of our school districts.
So I'm looking at the amendment right now. It looks like it just changes the date. And you're welcome to look at the amendment that's already been offered.
I would have to say, and I hope you would agree.
His hold harmless amendment does not talk about the amounts. It only refers to the date.
Well, no, but the question is, what effect does his amendment have? Not the specific words. Does his amendment have the effect of covering, paying for out of state funds the additional exemption you're adding, or is it going to come out of our school districts is the question. And without the
state funds,
without a valid answer to that, a reliable answer to that, I hope members will withhold judgment until we get that answer.
My amendment simply changes the amount. It doesn't change anything else.
Mr. Speaker,